Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here today because we are talking about something that I've been waiting to cover for a very long time. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, abundance, blessings, and big opportunities, is moving into Leo. And if you've been feeling like you're on the verge of something, like you're right at the edge of a breakthrough, well, this is the energy that's going to push you over. I'm Jeff Smith. I'm a professional tarot reader and astrologer with over 30 years of experience. I run Raise Your Vibration TV here, and I am the founder of Circle of Light Spiritual Center in Fredonia, New York. And I will tell you right now, I have a very personal stake in this transit. I'm a Leo sun. This is our Jupiter return, and I say our because Leos are all going to be experiencing a Jupiter return, okay? So when I tell you that this is a big deal, I'm living it alongside every single one of you Leo placements out there. So buckle up. Let's talk about what this means for you, all 12 signs, and how you can ride this wave of Jupiter energy for the next 13 months. That is incredible. So welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you are here. So, before we talk about what Jupiter in Leo means for your sign, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what Jupiter actually does, because this is the foundation of everything. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, and in astrology, it's the planet of expansion. Whatever Jupiter touches, it makes bigger. It amplifies. It opens doors. It says yes. Jupiter rules abundance, financial abundance, spiritual abundance, abundance of opportunity. It rules wisdom and higher learning, philosophy, travel, and the big picture vision for your life. Jupiter is the cosmic benefactor. It's the planet that looks at your life and says, you deserve more joy, more growth, more experience, more blessings. And here's the key to understand. Jupiter doesn't do the work for you. Jupiter creates the conditions. It opens the doors and expands the energy around whatever house it's moving through in your chart. But you have to walk through those doors. You have to say yes to the invitation. Jupiter takes approximately 12 years to move through all 12 signs, which means roughly 1 year per sign. And when it comes back to your sun sign, your rising sign, or the sign where Jupiter sits in your natal chart, that's called a Jupiter return. And that is a very, very powerful year. So, Jupiter has been in Cancer for the past year, and Cancer is a beautiful, deeply nourishing energy. Jupiter in Cancer was all about home, family, emotional security, roots, and inner healing. A lot of people did deep inner work during that transit. There was a focus on what feeds you, what truly nourishes your soul. And now, we shift. We shift into Leo. Leo is the sign of the sun. It's ruled by the sun. It's fire energy. It's fixed energy. It's bold energy. Leo is about self-expression, creativity, leadership, visibility, confidence, performance, and, this is so important, the courage to be seen. Where Cancer was turning inward, Leo turns outward. Cancer built the foundation. Leo says, now let's build the stage. Jupiter in Leo is asking, where have you been playing small? Where have you been hiding your gifts? Where have you been shrinking yourself to make other people comfortable? Because for the next 13 months, the universe is handing you a spotlight and saying, step into it. This is confidence energy, creative energy, manifestation energy. This is the universe putting wind in your sails and saying, it's time for you to shine. And that is just beautiful energy right there. So let's look back at 2014, 2015, around there. What happened around that time for you? Okay? So now is one of my favorite things to do with any major transit. We look back because Jupiter in Leo has been here before, of course. The last time Jupiter was in Leo was 2014 into 2015. I want you to actually think about that for a second. Think back to where you were in 2014, 2015. What was happening in your life? What doors opened for you? Where were you growing? Where were you stepping into your power? What was happening with your creativity, your career, your relationships, your sense of self? For a lot of people, that was a significant period. Things were moving. There was momentum. There was a sense of expansion and possibility. And here's the beautiful thing about astrology. We get themes that return, not exact repeats, because you're a different person now than you were then. You've grown, you've evolved, you've done the work, but the themes, the energy, the invitations, those come back around. So, the seeds that were planted back in 2014 and 2015, some of those are ready to bloom now, and the lessons you learned, the strengths you built, the version of yourself you're growing into, well, Jupiter is going to take all of that and amplify it. So comment below and tell me what was happening for you in 2014 and 2015. I genuinely want to know. So before we move forward onto these key dates to watch, I want to discuss one thing about Cazimi. Okay, so you see that on July 29th, very close to my birthday, by the way, my birthday is July 31st. Jupiter is Cazimi at that point. Jupiter at the heart of the sun. Peak power day. Most potent manifestation of the year. So, a Cazimi happens when a planet moves into the exact heart of the sun within 1 degree of a perfect conjunction. The word itself comes from the Arabic astrology, and it means, quote unquote, in the heart of the sun. And when a planet is Cazimi, it's not burned by the sun's heat. It's actually empowered by it. It's like being called into the throne room and receiving a direct blessing from the king. So on July 29th, Jupiter, the planet of abundance, expansion, and blessings, sits directly in the heart of the Leo sun. That is an extraordinary, powerful manifestation window. Whatever you want to call in, whatever you want to expand, whatever bold intention you want to plant, July 29th is the day to do it with full intention and ceremony. And I'll tell you why this date hits especially close to home for me. My birthday is July 31st, 2 days after Jupiter sits in that exact heart of the sun. I turn another year older in Leo season. During my Jupiter return, I genuinely could not have written a more cosmic birthday if I tried. So if you want to celebrate with me, mark July 29th on your calendar, set your intentions, and we'll ride that Cazimi energy right into Leo season together. All right, so let's talk about the key dates. You want to circle these on your calendar for this entire Jupiter and Leo transit. And I've got 7-point power dates for you. First of all, first one, Jupiter enters Leo, June 30th, 2026. That's today if you're watching it on Tuesday. That's right. The ingress happens at 6:02 a.m. Eastern Time, and we're in it, folks. Now, we already talked about Jupiter Cazimi. I just wanted to do that first, you know? Then we have a solar eclipse in Leo, August 12th, 2026. Eclipse energy is amplified manifestation and change. A solar eclipse in Leo while Jupiter is also in Leo, that is a game-changing alignment, new beginnings, bold moves, identity shifts. Then we have Jupiter stations retrograde, and that's December 13th of 2026. So Jupiter slows down and begins moving backward through the sky. So this is a review period. Time to go within, reassess, and integrate everything that's been expanding. Works kind of really well with the upcoming winter solstice. Then we have Jupiter stations direct, and that's April 3rd, 2027. Jupiter turns back forward. Momentum picks back up. Whatever you're reviewing, it's time to move on it again. And then Jupiter exits Leo, July 26th, 2027. The transit completes. This is the wrap-up energy, the harvest period for everything you've been building and growing during this 13-month window. And one final note. If you have Leo placements in your chart, If your sun, moon, rising, or any major planet is in Leo, those dates are going to hit especially hard for you, in, of course, the best way possible. So, okay, Leo, this is for you. This is your solar Jupiter return, and I need you to understand what this means. A Jupiter return happens approximately every 12 years when Jupiter comes back into the sign it was in when you were born. And if Jupiter is in Leo natally, or if your sun is in Leo, this is your year. This is the universe giving you a full-blown upgrade. I'm a Leo sun. I've been waiting for this, and I want to tell you, the preparation period, the Cancer transit, the inner work, the healing, the building of foundations, that was all leading to this moment of stepping fully into your power, Leo. So for Leo placements, Jupiter in Leo is activating your first house themes, and that's all about your identity, your physical presence in the world, how others see you, and most importantly, how you see yourself. The question Jupiter is asking you right now is, do you believe you deserve the spotlight? We can all say absolutely yes, universe, yes. Do you believe your gifts are valuable? Do you believe you are worthy of abundance and recognition? We can answer yes to all those. Leo, it's time. Because if there's any residual smallness in you, Leo, any old wounds around visibility, around being too much, around shining too bright, Jupiter is going to surface those, and it's going to give you the energy and the confidence to move through them. So your ritual for this transit, every morning, before you look at your phone, before you check your messages, take 3 minutes and speak your worth out loud, Leo. Say, I am worthy of being seen. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of taking up space. Say it until you feel it. This is your coronation year, Leo. So fucking claim it. All right? So let's move on to the signs. I love you, Leo. I love you, Leo. Drop your little Leo sign in the comments, of course. So let's move on to Aries. Aries, Jupiter is moving into your 5th house. And the 5th house is the house of creativity, romance, joy, children, self-expression, and pleasure. This is one of the most fun transits you can have, Aries. For the next 13 months, the universe is expanding your creative output in a massive way. If you've been sitting on a creative project, say like a book, a business idea, a passion project, an artistic endeavor, this is the year to launch it. Jupiter in your 5th house says your creative gifts are ready to be amplified, shared, and, of course, celebrated. Romance and dating are also highlighted. Single Aries placements may find that love comes through creative spaces or playful, joyful connections. For those already partnered, this is beautiful energy for reigniting that spark, that romance, and the fun. So go on adventures, laugh more, and play. If children are part of your journey, whether you're having them, raising them, or working with them, or creating something for them, this transit blesses that area significantly. There's an expansion of joy and creative legacy happening for you right now. So your ritual is create something every day, even if it's small, a drawing, a song, a poem, a recipe, a piece of writing. Feed the creative fire that Jupiter is stoking in you. The more you express, the more flows in. Your affirmation, Aries, is this: I am radiant, creative force, and I joyfully share my gifts. My gifts with the world. I love that. Absolutely love that. Let's move on to Taurus. Welcome, Taurus. Taurus, Jupiter is landing in your 4th house. The house of home, family, roots, ancestry, and your private inner world. This is an incredibly nourishing placement for you. The next 13 months are about expansion in the home, and that can mean many things, Taurus. You might physically expand your living situation, maybe moving to a bigger space, renovating, buying property, or finally creating the home environment you've always envisioned. There's a blessing energy around your physical home and where you lay your head at night. But the fourth house is also about the emotional foundation. See, Jupiter here is expanding your sense of inner security, your relationship with your family of origin, and your connection to your ancestral lineage. Old family wounds may come up for healing, not to be painful, but because Jupiter wants to free you from them so you can build on a truly solid foundation. There's also a beautiful energy here around finding your sense of belonging too. Where is home for you? Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. Jupiter in your fourth house is asking you to expand that sense of home within yourself and in the world around you. So your ritual is Taurus. Spend intentional time in your home space this year. Clear, cleanse, beautify. Make your home a sanctuary that reflects the abundant life you're stepping into. Light a candle, burn some incense, and set intentions in your living space. Your affirmation is this: I am rooted, secure, and my home is a sanctuary of love and abundance. Love that, Taurus. Welcome to the next 13 months. Let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, welcome. Here is what Jupiter is meaning for you, and it's expanding your third house, the house of communication, learning, your local community, even siblings. You could be doing some short distance travel, and even the mind itself. This is a spectacular placement for you as a Mercury-ruled sign. Your communication gifts are being upgraded and amplified in a major way. If you've ever thought about starting a podcast, a YouTube channel, a blog, a newsletter, a course, now is the time. Jupiter in your third house says your voice is your greatest asset for the next 13 months. Use it. Share your ideas. Teach what you know. The learning energy is also huge here. You may also be drawn to study something new, take a course, get a certification, or dive deep into a subject that lights you up. Follow that curiosity, Gemini. Jupiter in the third house rewards intellectual expansion with real-world opportunities that come through knowledge. Locally, you may find that your community becomes a source of blessing and opportunity. Pay attention to who is around you: neighbors, local networks, community groups. Connections made close to home can have a big ripple effect during this transit. So Gemini, your ritual is start a daily writing practice. Even 5 minutes of free writing in the morning. Stream of consciousness. Ideas, intentions, gratitude. You'll be amazed what comes through when you give your mind space to expand on paper. And it's really easy to do that. You just sit, take a deep breath, relax yourself, and just start writing. You'll be amazed and surprised of what comes up. Your affirmation, Gemini, is this: my voice is powerful, my ideas are valuable, and I communicate with clarity and confidence. Wow, love that. Absolutely love that. And let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, welcome. Jupiter has moved out of your sign. And what a year that was. If you felt that transit, if you experienced growth, healing, and expansion of your sense of self over the past year, that was Jupiter in Cancer working for you. Give yourself credit for the work you've done. Now, Jupiter moves into your second house, and this is the house of money, finances, material resources, values, and self-worth. And Cancer, I want you to hear this clearly. The inner work you did during Jupiter in Cancer has prepared you for this financial expansion. You built that foundation. Now it's time to build the prosperity. The second house governs how you earn money, how you value yourself, and your relationship with material security. Jupiter here is saying you are worth more than you've been charging. You deserve to be financially comfortable. There are opportunities for income expansion, new revenue streams, and increased financial security coming your way. But the key with Jupiter in the second house is that it rewards those who align their money with their values. So ask yourself, Does how I'm earning money align with what I actually value? If there's a disconnect there, Jupiter will illuminate it and push you toward work that is both meaningful and lucrative. So Cancer, your ritual is write out your financial vision, not just numbers, but how you feel in that financial reality. Read it daily. Raise your money vibration by speaking abundance rather than scarcity. Big, 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 okay? Your affirmation is, I am financially abundant, and I earn generously, doing work that aligns with my deepest values. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of growth this year. Well, actually, your whole last year was just incredible. You're not the same person, Cancer, and now it's time for the payoff. All right, thank you. Virgo, welcome. Jupiter is moving into your 12th house. And the 12th house is one of the most misunderstood houses in astrology. So let's talk about this clearly and honestly. The 12th house is the house of the hidden, the subconscious, the spiritual realm, solitude, retreat, and dissolution of the ego. Jupiter here is expanding your spiritual life in a very profound way. This is an invitation to go deeper into meditation, spiritual practice, doing shadow work, maybe getting involved in some therapy, some healing, and the study of the unseen realms. Jupiter in the 12th house rewards those who do the inner work with extraordinary spiritual breakthroughs. There's also a beautiful hidden blessing energy that is prominent with this placement. Things may come to you in unexpected, almost mysterious ways. Opportunities arrive from behind the scenes. Help that comes from unexpected sources. Support that seems almost divinely orchestrated. Pay attention to synchronicities and the signs. One honest note. The 12th house asks for rest, solitude, and retreat. If you've been running on empty, overextending, burning the candle at both ends, Jupiter here is asking you to slow down and receive. You cannot pour from an empty cup, Virgo, and Jupiter in your 12th house is trying to fill your cup before your Jupiter return next year when Jupiter moves into your sign, Virgo. So, your ritual is this. Create a regular practice of solitude and stillness, even 20 minutes daily. Meditation, journaling, a quiet walk in nature. Beautiful. Get outside there and ground. This is where Jupiter in your 12th house meets you. So your affirmation is this. I trust the divine process unfolding in my life. I receive blessings in miraculous and unexpected ways. Beautiful, Virgo. I love that. Now, Libra, welcome. Jupiter is expanding your 11th house, and this is the house of community, friendships, networks, social causes, groups, and your long-term hopes and dreams. This is a beautiful, expansive, social energy for you. Libra, your network is about to grow in significant ways with new friendships, collaborations, and community connections are coming that can genuinely change the trajectory of your life. Pay attention to who enters your orbit during this transit. Some of these new connections are not accidental. They're aligned. They're part of your expansion. The 11th house also governs groups and organizations. So if there's a cause, a movement, a community, a club, or a group endeavor you've been drawn to, now is the time to step in more fully. Jupiter here rewards those who show up for their community, and those who pour into group efforts often find that abundance flows back to them multiplied. Your long-term dreams and wishes are also activated here. Jupiter in the 11th house says, those big dreams you've been carrying, the ones that feel almost too big to say out loud, this is the energy that begins moving them towards reality. So write them down, speak them, share them with people who can hold the vision with you. Your ritual, Libra, is reach out to someone in your network who inspires you. Not to ask for anything, but just to connect, share, and to be in community. Invest in your relationships and watch Jupiter multiply that investment. Your affirmation, Libra, is this: I am surrounded by an abundant, supportive community, and my dreams are actively becoming reality. Love it. Very good, Libra. Let's move on. Let's do it. Scorpio, welcome. Jupiter is moving into your 10th house, and this is the house of career, public reputation, your life purpose, achievements, and how the world sees you professionally. This is one of the most powerful career transits you can have. So, Scorpio, for the next 13 months, your professional life is expanding. Opportunities for advancement, recognition, maybe a promotion, increased responsibility, or stepping into a whole new professional chapter are on the horizon. Jupiter in the 10th house says it's time for the world to see what you're capable of, your talents, your expertise, your dedication. You're about to get noticed. If you've been working hard in your career, but feeling like you haven't been recognized or rewarded appropriately, Jupiter in your 10th house is the energy that brings that recognition. This is not the time to hide, Scorpio. This is the time to raise your hand, own your expertise, and be willing to be seen in a bigger professional capacity. There's also a life purpose energy to this transit. The 10th house isn't just about career in the conventional sense. It's about your calling. What are you here to do in the world? Jupiter is pushing you toward greater alignment between your daily work and your soul's purpose. If your job doesn't feel purposeful, this transit may bring the circumstances that push you towards work that does. So your ritual is update your professional presence, like your LinkedIn profile, your website, your portfolio, your brand, Scorpio. Step into that professional version of yourself that you've been growing into, not the one you've been. Dress for the life you're claiming. Dress for success. Your affirmation is this: I am recognized for my talents, and I walk boldly into my professional purpose. Oh, I love that. All right, Scorpio, let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, welcome. Jupiter is your home planet, and it's moving into your 9th house, which is your house. This Jupiter returning to the house it naturally rules in, the house it's naturally associated with. Oh my God. For you, Sag, this is like coming home. This is a magnificent transit for you. The 9th house governs philosophy, higher education, international travel, foreign cultures, even publishing, teaching, spiritual expansion, and the search for deeper meaning. All of these areas of your life are being blessed and amplified for the next 13 months. Travel is being highlighted in a major way. If you've been dreaming of a big trip somewhere foreign, somewhere that stretches you culturally and spiritually, well, now is the time. Sag, plan it, book it. Jupiter in your 9th house will support that expansion and bring you wisdom, connection, and transformation through travel. If you've been thinking about writing a book, launching a course, becoming a teacher, or sharing your philosophy and wisdom with a wider audience, the 9th house is publication and broadcasting energy. Jupiter here says your message has a bigger audience than you realize, so get it out there. Your ritual is this: commit to learning something outside of your comfort zone this year. A new language, a philosophical text, a subject that stretches your worldview. Feed your Sagittarian hunger for wisdom, and Jupiter will reward you richly. Your affirmation is this: I expand into wisdom, adventure, and meaning, and the world opens its abundance to me. Ooh, Sag. It's just kind of like Leo energy because we're fire signs right here, but this is activating your ruling planet, your ruling house. It couldn't have aligned any better right there, Sag. So congratulations and take advantage of this energy. All right, let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, welcome. Jupiter is moving into your 8th house, and the 8th house is like the 12th. It's one that tends to get a reputation, so let me reframe it for you, because the 8th house has incredible gifts to offer when Jupiter is there. The eighth house traditionally governs transformation, shared resources, inheritance, other people's money, investments, debt, taxes, intimacy, and the deep merging of self with another. Jupiter here is expanding your access to resources that come through others that can look like many things. Financially, this can be an excellent transit for anything involving shared finances, like business partnerships, investments, loans, settlements, inheritances, or financial support from others. Jupiter in the eighth house often brings unexpected financial windfalls, money that arrives from a source you weren't anticipating, so stay open to it. But on a deeper level, the eighth house is about transformation, the death of the old self, and the rebirth of a more evolved version of you. It's healing. Jupiter here expands that transformational energy. Old patterns, old identities, old ways of being that no longer serve you are ready to fall away. And Capricorn, you're more than capable of rising from that transformation into something extraordinary. So your ritual is do a financial audit. Look at your debts, your investments, your shared financial agreements. Where can you negotiate better terms, pay something down, or invest more wisely? Jupiter rewards those who are good stewards of their financial reality. So we crafted an affirmation that goes right along with this. And here it goes. I welcome transformation. I attract abundant resources from expected and unexpected sources. Wow. Very good. Capricorn, make that money, honey, and heal. Let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome. Jupiter is expanding your seventh house, the house of partnerships, relationships, marriage, business partnerships, and significant one-on-one connections. This beautiful energy for all of you, it's for all your most important relationships. So for those who are single and open to love, Jupiter in the seventh house is one of the classic transits associated with significant romantic partnerships, even marriage. Connections made during this 13-month period have the potential to be deeply meaningful and long-lasting. So keep your heart open and be willing to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is hot as fuck, just so you know. For those already partnered, Jupiter in the seventh house expands and deepens the partnership. Growth opportunities come through your partner or through doing things together, like collaborative projects, shared goals, and joint ventures are especially blessed right now. Invest in your relationship. On the business side, this is an excellent time for partnerships and collaborations. If you've been thinking about joining forces with someone else, a business partner, a collaborator, a strategic ally, Jupiter in the seventh house says those partnerships can bring significant expansion. Choose your partners wisely, but don't be afraid to commit. Your ritual is have a conversation with your most important person, romantic partner, best friend, business partner, about your shared vision and dreams. What do you want to build together? Jupiter blesses what you co-create. Your affirmation is, I attract and nurture deeply fulfilling partnerships that expand and enrich my life. Beautiful energy, Aquarius. Beautiful. Getting lucky for sure. All right, last but not least, Pisces, welcome. Pisces, Jupiter is moving into your sixth house, and this is the house of daily routines, health, work, service, and the rituals that make up your everyday life. And Pisces, as a Jupiter-ruled sign yourself, you have a special relationship with this planet. Now, that's the old rulership, just so you know. Okay? But it's still, just because we say, well, now it's Neptune, doesn't mean that you're not affected by it. You know what I mean? So pay attention to that. It's not like I did an air. So the sixth house governs your health and body. And Jupiter here is beautiful blessing for your physical well-being. There's energy here for healing, for building healthier habits, for finally establishing that workout routine or your nutrition practice you've been meaning to start. Jupiter in the 6th rewards those who invest in their body with increased vitality and energy. Your daily work is also being expanded and blessed. If you're employed, opportunities for growth, advancement, or improved work conditions may come. If you run your own business or practice, your client base and income from services can expand significantly. There's a blessing on the work you do day to day. The 6th house, Pisces, is all about service, and Pisces, you're a natural server. Jupiter here amplifies your ability to be of service in meaningful and impactful ways. Whether through healing, teaching, creating, or supporting, what you offer the world during this transit carries extra weight and brings extra reward. So your ritual is this. Build one healthy daily habit this month and commit to it for the full 13 months of this transit. Something small and sustainable, like a morning walk, 5 minutes of breath work, a glass of water before your coffee. Believe me, that changes everything, okay? Small daily investments compound into life-changing results. So your affirmation is this: my daily habits align with my highest well-being, and my service to others flows from a place of genuine abundance. I love that for you, Pisces. Cut out the fat in your daily routine and be open to serve, and Jupiter will just shine, 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 honey. All right, that's all of the 12 signs. Let's move on, because we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it real in the field. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the shadow side. So let's keep it real, because that's what we do here. Of course, you watch my videos, you know I'm not a fluffer. Every planet has a shadow side, and well, Jupiter is no exception. Jupiter amplifies. And that means it can amplify things we'd rather not amplify if we're not conscious of it. Jupiter in Leo's shadow is ego inflation. Leo energy at its worst can become arrogant, entitled, attention-seeking, and self-absorbed. The shadow of this transit is when the desire for recognition tips into a need for validation. When the spotlight becomes an addiction. When confidence curdles into arrogance. And there's a fine line between that, folks. Trust me, I'm a Leo. So watch for overexpansion, taking on more than you can handle, overcommitting, overspending, overpromising. Jupiter can create a sense of invincibility that leads people to make risky decisions they may later regret. Just because Jupiter is saying yes doesn't mean everything is a green light. Discernment is still required, of course. So watch for drama. Leo at its shadow loves drama, stirring the pot, making everything bigger, more theatrical than it needs to be. If you notice yourself creating chaos or craving attention in unhealthy ways, that's the shadow asking to be seen and integrated. The way you work with the shadow of Jupiter in Leo is through genuine humility alongside your confidence. You can be bold and humble at the same time. You can shine and uplift others. True Leo energy, at its highest, uses its light to illuminate everyone around it, not just itself. The question to ask yourself regularly during this transit is, am I expanding from a place of genuine service and authentic self-expression? Or am I expanding my ego? E-G-O, folks, ego. That distinction makes all the difference. Wow. All right, we've covered the astrology thoroughly. Now I want to pull some tarot energy to give us a little additional guidance around Jupiter and Leo. All right, so I am going to do a collective message for every sign about how we can better use this Jupiter energy, okay? So I want you to take a breath for a second. If you're watching this, wherever you are, just take one deep breath and set a little intention. Show me what I need to know about Jupiter and Leo and how's it going to serve my highest good, okay? So let's go ahead and do this. You know I love to do the tarot cards. Let's do 3 piles. There we go. And let's get the first card. Is the King of Pentacles. We're not doing reversals. We're just going to rely on that message. The second one is the Tower. And the third is the 3 of Swords. All right, so listen, everybody. There's a lot of change. We could be in the middle of a lot of chaos right now. It may look like a lot of chaos, but I'm going to tell you this. Jupiter is expanding. Again, we have this energy of the Tower in the middle. That's that present energy that kind of links to all of this. And what this says is, let's not focus on the chaos. See, the Tower falls because the foundation wasn't secure. So whatever seems to be falling in our collective presence is because it didn't work for us to begin with. And Jupiter just bowls it down. You can look at Jupiter as the wrecking ball, you know? Jupiter came in like a wrecking ball, you know what I mean? And what this is telling us is, don't worry about it. You know, like, you have to understand that the game was rigged and it wasn't in your favor. And right now, all of those false things are falling. And it's okay. Because what comes out after the dust settles is a new way of building things. And we are so on our way to doing that. It's just that we focus on the doom and gloom. The sky is falling, the Chicken Little syndrome. You know what I'm saying? And Jupiter in Leo, of course, is going to expand on that, the drama of it. I want you to pay attention to what's going on, but I want you to use, again, discernment like that shadow side. Oh, everything's going to shit. Remember, energy flows where attention goes. So let's not focus on all the chaos. Let's know that the tower's coming down because it wasn't serving the collective good. And trust me when I say this, there are better days on the way. Now, the 3 of Swords, this is where all of this chaos brings us. And I don't like the 3 of Swords. I mean, it's something we have to deal with. But this is the time to release what no longer serves us, because Jupiter's going to amplify it. So around this time, because we just had the full moon, I'm recording this on June 29th. This is the full moon in Capricorn today. Release. It's a good time to release the chaos, to release the habits that cause chaos in your life. And the King of Pentacles is saying this: you're smart enough and wise enough to move into better waters. Trust your journey. Trust your wisdom. Keep the vision of life alive. You can see this energy expanding him, the sparkles all around it. Stay your course. Find your true north. The King of Pentacles is feet on the ground, wisdom. It's great energy. But the amplification of Jupiter energy can really kind of muck things up here. So the general energy for this is, let's not focus on the chaos, because you focus on chaos, more chaos ensues. Let's release the things that cause chaos in our life, which puts us on a better course. You follow me on that, boys and girls? Excellent. That's the collective message. Now, let's move on. Okay, that is Jupiter in Leo, your complete guide for this incredible 13-month transit. I hope you are feeling excited about this energy as I am, because honestly, this is one of those times in astrology where I genuinely believe everyone has the opportunity to level up in a real way if you show up for it. Here's what I want you to do right now. Drop your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign in the comments. Tell me which house Jupiter is activating for you, and tell me what you're calling in during this transit. I'm going to be reading every single comment, and I want to witness your intentions with you. If this video was valuable to you, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who are looking for this kind of content. And subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to be tracking Jupiter and Leo the entire way through, every major alignment, every key date, all of it. And if you want to go deeper, I have a free Jupiter in Leo guide that you can download at the link in the description. It's got your full sign-by-sign breakdown, the key dates, the affirmations and rituals, all in one beautiful PDF, totally free, so go ahead and grab it. And if you want a personal reading, a one-on-one session where we can look at your actual chart and talk about exactly where Jupiter and Leo is going and moving through your specific placements, I do readings at the Circle of Light Spiritual Center in Fredonia, New York, and I also do readings via Zoom online. The link to the booking is in the description. And if you want to be part of our monthly community, the Vibe Tribe, where every month you get a full cosmic forecast with all 12 signs, the energy of the month, tarot and astrology combined, and exclusive content, the link for that is down below as well. Join the Vibe Tribe. It's only $11 a month, folks, and you get a PDF of everything that's coming up for the month. In fact, I'm going to be launching July's very soon. So, I'm Jeff Smith, I'm a Leo, and I'm living my Jupiter return. And I am so grateful you are here with this journey with me, okay? So until next time, raise your vibration.